Smooth Love Potion is up more than 500% in just the last few months. We can see we've been massively trending to the upside, and in today's video I'm going to go over my full price prediction for Smooth Love Potion in this 2024 bull market. I'm going to go over some of my price targets. I'm going to show you where I actually entered into the market. I'm going to go over exactly how our strategy worked from a couple of months ago. Is it still actually trending? Is it still a good position to be in? I'm going to go over everything about SLP. I'm even going to touch on the tokenomics of SLP. So make sure to smash the like, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the notification bell. If you're familiar with my videos now, you would know that the absolute first thing that I do when I'm actually looking to make price predictions, looking for future price targets for a coin, I'm always scrolling out to the weekly time frame and adding the 20 exponential moving average to my chart. We can see here Smooth Love Potion since the end of the overall bull market late 2021. We can see we've overall been trending to the downside. It overall is clearly shown in the slope of the exponential moving average. You know, we'd only ever trade in the direction of the slope. You can see what's happened in the last few months here. We've clearly got a break of the trend. The trend is now trending to the upside. And you can see here, we're now using this EMA as support every single time we're coming into the value zone. We're then using it as a springboard to the upside. So currently, SLP is playing out exactly as intended. In just the last few months, the price of SLP is up hundreds of percent. I'll show you right here where my entry position was right in this area here. The reason being is we clearly were getting big bull bars to the upside. We then trended in the upside direction. The overall EMA was sloping to the upside, and I waited to come back to the average price to enter, because rather than entering up here at this price or up here, when we're quite far away from the average price, we can actually measure exactly how far away. We start at this bottom, measure all the way up. We can see we were 80% above the overall average price. So rather than buying at this super high level, I actually got back in at the average price. And again, the goal of trading is always to be buying low and selling high, not buying high and trying to sell higher. You really want to be buying low and then continuously selling high. So we would already bought down in this range here and to the all-time high, up nearly 250%, currently up around 150% on the position. But it still does look extremely bullish because we can see that the overall trend is still trending to the upside. And right here, potentially, if we do have a little bit more downside momentum, that would be absolutely fine. It would allow this EMA to actually catch up like this. Price actually trades, comes into the EMA, and then uses it as a springboard to the upside, exactly like it's actually done back in this area here. As I showed you, 80% above the average price, came back to the average price, then we springboard 250% to the upside. Since we have that positive slope on the EMA, that's definitely what it's looked like it's happening. So overall, I'm super happy with my SLP position. I'm very happy to be continuously holding it. Now, where are some potential price targets that I'd look to actually be getting out of my SLP position? Because we need to know eventually we do need to sell. What I always like to do, and I'm showing you in my videos, is the support to resistance level flips. When we actually scroll out and look at this area in here, this is one of the only areas that actually had a support to resistance level flip that's actually upcoming. We did have a little one down in this area here where we were coming into this box as a support zone, support. Once it eventually got broken down in this level, it then acted as a resistance, and we got that resistance down. And you can even see once we came back into this level here, it definitely acted as a resistance zone. We came in once, twice, 3 times, rejected, and now potentially we're just breaking and using it as that support to resistance flip. Again, if price came into here, I'd be absolutely fine. We'd then look for that rocket to the upside. I'd be looking to add more on my position on a retouch of the EMA. So when we again scroll out, we can only see one area that's actually got a support to resistance flip. It's actually right here in this area, and it is only real minuscule price trading because it literally started on this bar. So we can see we've got a bit of support, we've got support, and then what actually happened in this level, we clearly broke down. So this box right in here is that support zone where price bounced 3 times in this level, came up. Once we got a break below this level, clearly broken below, then we actually used it as a resistance. Price came up, not only used the exponential moving average because it was sloping to the downside, so that would have been a perfect short. So we've got a confluence trade here. We've got the support to resistance level flip, but we've also got that resistance on the EMA downtrend. So this would be one of the levels that I'm actually looking to get out in the market. So let's actually put a horizontal line right here to say this is going to be my support to resistance flip that I'm super happy to get out of SLP. So that's roughly at around that 11 to 12 cent range. When we actually scroll out on price and we look at how far away that currently was, as I said, where my position was, it was actually down here in this area. So we can measure what's the potential from our entry point all the way to where we're looking to exit up here. You can see 4,000% in the market. That is the gain between this bottom area where I'm looking, where I actually entered, and the actual exit point where I'm looking to exit out of my trade. 4,000%. That's why I'm trading these altcoins like SLP, because it gives it that massive potential. 4,000%. You're not going to get a 40x on Bitcoin, but these altcoins do have that potential. So that's the area that I'm truly looking to get out of SLP. If we look at the current price, where that is, if you would enter right at today, still around 1,800%. So it shows that we still have a lot of bull market to come, but right through this area, there's really no other support to resistance level flip. Only other type of area would be just slightly below, where we can see we've actually had support, and we've had a little bit of support. We actually haven't retested this area yet for a resistance level. This could be where I'm looking to actually exit 50% of my position, and then I'd look to exit the last remaining 50% in this area up here. So you can see where I'm overall looking to exit my position up much higher than what our current price is. Again, I'm always looking to the left, trying to base it off some support to resistance type flips, support to resistance zones, horizontal zones. And right here, you can see there's just nothing to actually base it off. Price literally just went directly straight to the downside without much support to resistance, unless we're looking at this small area here where there was at least some support to resistance. Here there wasn't, it just came down once. Wouldn't like the second or third tap, then you would have had multiple support to resistance slips before you then get that collapse. But that's not what happened. Just need to look at exactly how price is going. But again, if we do get this continuation, we've already had a 500% push in the last couple of months. Potentially, we could look for that continuation to the upside. One thing that I do want to touch on is the overall tokenomics for Smooth Love Potion. We can see Smooth Love Potion does not actually have a hard cap to its total supply. So its circulating supply is in constant flux, meaning it's always changing up and down. This is because SLP tokens are continuously being generated from in-game activities and are burned each time axes are spawned. So we can actually scroll up here and figure out exactly first breeding costs 600 SLP and the 7th breeding cost is 10,000 SLP. So that's exactly how SLP actually exits the market. You can see overall breeding your axes is where you're having to spend your SLP. So the only reason to buy SLP is again to breed your axes. Axes are spawned from the breeding process. In this way, the SLP crypto is contingent on the activity of the Axie Infinity game. You see, overall, SLP is being introduced to the game. So you need to understand that SLP is inflationary in nature. It is having an increased supply, and that's why we need to actually be watching the price, because there is some small potential that we won't even be able to break anywhere close back to the old all-time highs. Again, because of the tokenomics of SLP token, it's not a deflationary token like something like Bitcoin. We're actually having inflationary, where there's constant increase in the supply. Potentially it could decrease the more axes are actually being bred, but overall it does have an inflationary aspect, making it very hard to break above the old all-time high, above this 40-cent range. But again, I'm just looking to bounce between the 0.02 cent range to around this 6 to 10 cent range. That would be an absolutely fantastic trade to the upside. If you want to learn exactly how to trade, you need to check out my trading course. I currently have my Memecoin mastery that's 50% off to this early subscriber sale. Teaches you everything everything you need to learn about meme coins. I also have a second course being released in the next few days. It's actually advanced technical analysis strategies to trade crypto, stocks, forex, every single asset you can think of. I show you the best and most profitable trading strategies out there. So again, stay tuned for that and check out my meme coin mastery course.